Welcome back. You're listening to Barely Sober News and Reviews, where we pick out some of the latest buzz in movies and TV and talk about it. I'm Chris, and with me, as always, is my co-host,
George. Pecoraro. What's up?
What's going on, George?
How's it going?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Little shaking off the rust, but today we're going to bring you some of the hottest stories in movies and TV, all the while keeping it barely sober. So crack open your drink. You know we have. It's Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, Labor Day.
So, George, what are you drinking?
I'm finishing off a Keep Calm and Chai Van beer, a golden lager.
Some fancy shit.
Then I'm about to open up a Bit Lager, which is like a really nice German beer. And then I also have a Blue Moon coming up shortly.
I'm ashamed to say that I'm drinking Coors Light at the moment.
Oh, my.
That's
all right.
Yeah, I do have a great South Bay Blood Orange Pale Ale on standby. We'll see how that is. But not a fan of Coors Light at all, but it's just what I have in the fridge, so.
Beer's a beer. You gotta drink it. You gotta be barely sober.
All right, guys, so I think the big story of the day is the villain announced for the Batman movie, the Batfleck, the Batman movie. And he's at least one villain. At least one villain. But he's a popular villain. He's a pretty cool guy from what I know about it. You probably know a little more, George, maybe. Maybe not. But you're a big DC fan.
A little more about Deathstroke? Or do you want to know?
A little more about Deathstroke, yeah.
He's kind of like... He's like a rough history with his father. He's got one eye.
Shit, you know, like his family history and everything too.
Well, I'm reading the Rebirth, and he's also on the show Arrow a little bit, and it's kind of like he has like a battle, like he has like a brother, and he has like a whole history, and he's like a sharpshooter.
Yeah, well, he's an assassin, right?
Yeah, he's an assassin. He'll be a tough guy, and it'll be interesting. Kind of like a new character to do for the Batman movies, which is kind of exciting. Like he's in the TV show like Arrow, but that's nothing to do with Batman.
Yeah, I don't know like too much, but from what I can tell, he's kind of like the Deadpool of the DC universe, right? Like he's just super good at everything, uses guns and swords and whatever.
Right, he's just a badass fighter.
Yeah, and that's true. We haven't seen that in a Batman movie. Like, we haven't seen anything even close to that. So, that's pretty exciting. And he's kind of an older character, too, right? He's got, like, white hair. He's all grizzled looking, right?
Right. Yeah, he's a little bit. I'm trying to figure out right now, they also speculate who's going to play.
Yeah, it's,
Slade Wilson.
Yeah, so right now, in the lead, they have, what's his name? Joe something, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to look it over.
This is what happens when we go off the air for a few months.
All right, we just weren't prepared. But yeah, like, I don't know. The thing is, like, his character, I kind of... I don't see him as a good superhero character. And it's kind of like, to do, like, the DC...
Deathstroke, like, you don't think so?
No, I don't know. I don't see him as that.
He's like a pretty popular character, though. People really like him.
What do you mean? Like the actor?
No. The character, Deathstroke.
I like the character. I don't see the actor playing the character very well.
Oh, well, he's just like a front runner right now. I don't think he's actually officially been cast.
They say there's rumors, there's an article about him being who he is.
Yeah, right.
But I'm kind of excited. It's kind of like different compared to some of like just the basic like Joker, Catwoman kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a smart move because everyone's a little sick of it, right? We've seen the Joker so many times now. We've seen Catwoman so many times. They're changing it up on us, and I think that's great. I think it's a super smart move. I actually, I felt that way kind of when they brought Bane in to the last of the Dark Knight trilogy of the
I like Bane
because it was like, you know what, here's a character that's going to beat the shit out of Batman, and we kind of never get to see that. So I think Deathstroke's really going to give Batman a run for his money too. And was it?
You're right. It's Joe Magliano, or is it?
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Medically and yellow or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like him. I don't like a lot of his roles that he has played. But I also said like the same thing about Ben Affleck as Batman. I didn't want him to be Batman.
Yeah.
And now I really like him as Batman.
Well, Ben Affleck's a really good Batman. I'm actually...
Yeah.
I always thought that he would be, and I'm kind of so surprised that most of the people in the world thought otherwise.
I don't know. Every time I saw Ben Affleck and not the character he was playing.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm like, I don't see him as Bruce Wayne. Until he really, like, went deep into the character, and then now I really can see Bruce... I still see Ben Affleck, but I'm still enjoying it.
Yeah. He's got like such a Hollywood Ben Affleckness to him. It's hard to like get over that, but
right.
He does seem to pull it off with the Batman Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm. And now we got also new things for the DC Universe. Justice League Dark announces that I didn't even know that they were doing a movie. They announced like who's going to direct it.
It's a movie, or are they doing a TV show? It's a movie.
I think it's a movie.
Shit.
I mean, maybe they haven't like gone full on what they're doing, but it's a movie. And they're having hold on one second, I gotta pull it up. I forgot the guy's name.
So what is the Justice League Dark? It's just like the opposite of the Justice League.
No, it's actually not. They're good guys. I don't know too much about the Justice League Dark, but it's gonna... Right now they say Doug Liman will direct the Justice League Dark. And it's like John Constantine. It's like Shadow. It's like, it's a lot of Ghost. It's like a lot of like...
It's like the Marvel, like in Marvel when they have like the Avengers, but they also have the Defenders, right? It's like that kind of...
Oh, right. It's like that darker kind of thing. It's like also like religious kind of related, kind of like
more
demons.
like magic and like shit like that, right? Cool.
That's what it is.
Cool.
So yeah.
Damn. So they're definitely making a movie.
I don't know. I didn't even know they were even considering doing anything, and then all of a sudden I hear about who's directing Justice League Dark. I mean, maybe we should have our facts together.
It's an animated film.
Oh,
here
really?
We go. I'm pulling it up here. Yeah, it's an upcoming animated superhero film by Warner Bros. So,
nice. I mean, I always appreciate the animated movies.
I thought it would be a little confusing if they were going to release Justice League and then Justice League Dark, kind of back.
I guess
to back,
it is for the more comic book fans compared to it couldn't go on the big screen.
Yeah.
Too many people don't know enough about the people.
So, this kind of goes towards like what I'm always saying, but you've seen Suicide Squad, I haven't, but like, if you look at Rotten Tomatoes and critically, like it's like another kind of flop critically.
Right.
I mean, I know you really liked it, and I know a lot of people really like it, but also people are upset, Like there's, from what I've heard, the Joker is hardly in it, and all the trailers are kind of focused around the Joker, and so there's even Jared Leto, who plays the Joker, was surprised that he wasn't even in the movie that much. He has even like gone on record kind of saying that Warner Brothers like tricked him, So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he like everyone. I mean it just seems to me like the DC universe is always making these like just shady and bad decisions with their movies and with their characters.
Well, the thing is like from what the movie is about and for what the role that he's playing in the movie, I don't see him being in the movie any more than he is. Like he was in the movie a good amount.
That's fine.
Like, he's not
it probably makes sense to the story, but the way they advertised the movie was all about the Joker.
Well, I had this on our Twitter page. This movie isn't advertised properly at all. Like you don't like it's when I'm in the theater watching this movie, I'm like, this isn't the movie I expected, like, whatsoever.
That's crazy.
You know what I
But
mean?
that's a problem, man. You can't like mislead your fans. There's actually, I mean, this is kind of bullshit. But there's some guy like suing Warner Brothers because he paid money to go see like the Joker, or he paid money to go see a movie that wasn't the movie he was advertised. So he's suing them, saying that they like falsely advertised.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did, but like,
I mean,
I don't know.
Come on,
That's a whole nother thing.
You're gonna go to court over like $14, but so I think, but that's a problem. Like, that's a big problem. I kind of felt like Iron Man 3 did that too. They advertised a really dark, like dramatic movie, and then it ended up pretty much being a comedy. And it didn't mean that the movie was bad, but it makes you feel that way when you're in the movie theater because you're expecting one thing, and then whenever you pull expectation rug out from someone underneath them, it's going to be upsetting.
Yeah, it was like that kind of from the beginning. Like, I felt like the whole, like, in the beginning of the movie, I'm like, this is not, like, what I thought what was going to happen. Like, the plot is, like, it's just, like, the plot was just brand new for me. Like, you go into a movie kind of knowing the plot.
I know, and
a little bit.
That's crazy because those trailers, like pretty much, I thought laid out the plot. You're like, oh, this is gonna happen, and that's gonna happen.
Nope, not even. Like, I'm like, oh, like, this is a good movie. This is just not what I'm expecting, like, whatsoever. The Joker's in it. Like, he's in it a good amount. You know what I mean?
What is it, like 8 minutes though? I heard it's like 8 minutes.
Well, yeah, like, but he's not a main character. He's not in the Suicide Squad. I don't get what people, like, I get why they're upset, because Jared Leto, I guess, does a unique Joker, but, like, he's not a part, like, he's not a main character in the movie.
Sure,
like,
but
he's not the villain.
They end every single one of their trailers, but they made it seem like he was the villain.
He's not, yeah.
But that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because you watch any of those trailers, even the first one, the trailer ends with the Joker. So it's like, oh shit, like...
Okay, but like, didn't we talk about this though?
Yeah.
I remember a story coming out how they kind of told the role of the Joker. They told what he's gonna be doing in the movie. So I kind of knew I knew going into it. Like, I knew that the Joker's not a villain to the Suicide Squad, and the Joker's not in the Suicide Squad. Like, to me, that was obvious. I guess to, like, the general public, it wasn't.
Okay. And I know I'm ranting a lot about this. I haven't even seen the movie. But I've also heard that if you remove every single Joker scene from the entire movie, it doesn't change a thing.
Right, yeah, definitely.
That's a problem, too. Like, from a
Why?
Because when you're crafting a story, and this is the problem with DC. Maybe you don't see this. Maybe you just like to see the Joker and whatever. It makes you happy, which is great. I'm sure it does. But... when you're making a story, everything you do has to have a point. You know? Like, that's what tight narrative is.
Right.
Like, when you just have scenes that don't add to the...
the movie is good, like, I like it, but, like, it isn't, like, it isn't that good of a movie, to be honest.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
No, like, for the opportunities that they have to do the Suicide Squad thing, it's kind of a flop.
God damn! Like, I'm getting like so upset.
I don't think this movie couldn't fail. You know what I mean? It couldn't fail. But like, if you would have to say, it probably isn't that great of a movie, just because, like, I don't know, like, they kind of just like throw things in there, like, just
that's
because.
their problem.
Like the Joker.
They did that too.
Like
with Batman versus Superman, though.
Yeah, it has the same feel to it, also. And I said this on my review of the movie. It kind of like. You kind of get I feel like the whole movie, like, you have, like, a bad guy feeling through the whole movie, but they are bad guys, so, like, it's the purpose of the movie. You're like, oh, they're doing bad things and they're being, like, cruel, they're not, you know what I mean? But, like, that's the movies that end being bad guys.
An endless amount of movies about villains that are successful and great. I mean, Scarface is the first thing that comes to mind. But he's clearly a villain, and that movie's awesome. Like, so it's not failing because they're the bad guys, you know? Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying it has a different feel to it. Like, then, like, you don't, like, I don't know. I feel like I wasn't really cheering for the whole Suicide Squad. They kind of really separate it, like you're cheering for characters, or you were into it for characters, but not as a whole Suicide Squad team.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know, like the Joker, like he was fine. Like I don't know, he's in it. But like I knew, like his role. Like this isn't a spoiler because this has been announced, and I think we've talked about it. Joker's role in the movie is to get Harley back.
Right.
Right. That's what he's doing the whole movie. He's trying to get Harley.
But I didn't know that.
So like
before the movie came out, I just heard that all over the place after.
Really? Maybe we didn't talk about it, but I knew that. I read that on several places, saying that the Joker is not really doing anything. The only thing he's doing is trying to get Harley out of like the Suicide Squad and like rescue her and
I'll tell you what,
take her away.
I'll go see it. Eventually, I'm like usually pretty late to these things.
Right.
But
I say, Chris, you're gonna like the movie. Just know it's not the movie that's advertised. Just go in like completely blank slate.
I will say that I finally have seen Captain America: Civil War. I watched it on an airplane, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I know you didn't like that, so.
I liked it, but it was too plain Jane.
I didn't think so, man. There was some pretty cool shit we never seen before. Like, we never seen a superhero battle like that ever. I'll admit, like, the setting of the battle was very boring, just like an airplane parking lot, or airport parking lot, and, like, overcast skies, like, whatever. It's pretty boring. It's not as, like, dramatic as, like, the DC fights, but that shit was pretty crazy. Everyone just going to town.
It was too PG
it was a little
for me.
PG. But it was as dark as Marvel has gotten, I think.
It was.
And as far as like a storyline, everything made sense. Because there were some dark themes.
Oh yeah. Well, the Marvel storylines are perfect. It's just that, you know, I think they're just too they don't. I don't think they're not like that like intense. Like I'm not like going like crazy and like too many people. Like I want people to die.
I understand that, but like they've already set up this world where it's kind of not like that, and it doesn't. Right. I don't think it's like a bad thing. I was upset about it during like phase 1 of the movies. Like I really liked Iron Man, but then by the time like Thor was coming out, I was like, this is too like cheesy and kiddie. I wish they would like, you know, mature it up a little bit, have some stakes, have people die, have it be a little grittier. But I've kind of gotten over that, and I just accept it for what it is. And now it's like it's a fun movie. Like there's like Paul Rudd as Ant-Man is just like fun.
Right,
and I love the new Spider-Man too.
Right. Yeah, definitely. And that's they got some pictures of the new Spider-Man. Iron Man's bodyguard, what's his name?
Happy Hogan.
Yeah, he's
John
in it.
Favreau.
They announced that he's going to be in it.
He's the director that kicked off this whole Marvel universe.
Right. So he's going to be in the Spider-Man movie. So Spider-Man Homecoming is kind of pretty exciting. I think that's going to be.
I never thought I'd be this excited for it, to be honest. I thought I'm done with Spider-Man. I'm like, how many Spider-Mans do we need? Spider-Man's one of my favorite. Don't get me wrong, but I felt like I was drained, and I just never thought they'd be able to do it right. But I have a lot of hope for this one. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Right. He did a good Spider-Man so far.
I surprisingly liked him a lot. Like, as I don't...
And he's not in it that much.
As soon as... I had like a big smile... I had a big smile on my face on the airplane with my headphones on watching this movie. Like, as soon as the Spider-Man scene came on, I see Tom Holland, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I knew he was going to be in it. He looks young. He looks like a little bitch, you know, like whatever. Like, you know, and then
he's 17 years old.
Like, then his like first couple scenes, I was just like, okay, you know, I don't know. His first couple of lines, I'm sorry. I was like, yeah, I don't know. But then halfway through that conversation with Tony Stark, I was like, damn, this is definitely Spider-Man. This is like the Spider-Man I know from the comic books, from the cartoon shows. Like, this is really it. And then once he was in the suit, It was perfect. I really have no complaints. Right. So,
I mean, and I love what's her name? Aunt May, Marissa Tomei. I fucking love Marissa Tomei.
That's pretty funny. They're making like the hot aunt.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. She's just gorgeous in general, and then now she's gonna be in like this awesome Spider-Man movie. So
but they got a great cast. They got Michael Keaton probably playing the Vulture. We've talked about that tons of times, I think. But
right. Oh yeah, they're definitely doing Vulture.
I think so. I mean, that's the big rumor. There's been some like leaked concept art about it. I don't think it's been officially confirmed, but yeah, probably Vulture. And then we got, obviously Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in as Tony Stark. We got Jon Favreau in as Happy Hogan. It's going to be a good movie, I think. They just cast their Mary Jane. Yeah.
Oh, did they?
I don't know who this chick is, but people are a little upset about it. It's not your typical Mary Jane, but it's a little bit of a PC choice, we'll just say. But I think it works. I think it's good. I think they're making all the right decisions, and unlike DC, I have a lot of trust in Marvel.
Yeah, they're gonna be fine. They're gonna do. Oh wait, is it? Do you not want to say it? Is it Zendaya?
Yeah. Who is that? I don't know who that is.
She's She's like a Disney pop star or whatever.
Disney,
like
keeping it in the family.
Yeah, she's like a what's it called? Like she's a singer, and she's like been on like TV show. I don't even know, like what is it, Disney Kids or whatever they do?
Whatever
Disney
that is.
Channel. She's a Disney Channel star.
So
I like her. She's got one good song that I like.
So Spider-Man Homecoming, obviously, I think we're pretty excited for, but it's hard to say. You know what's been pretty cool? I like how they're keeping it with like a more, I don't know. It's got like a bright, like hopeful feel to it, which I feel like Spider-Man is supposed to be. And the Andrew Garfield movies were really dark, like they were trying to be Batman. So I think they're going the right route this time. But anyway, let's move on. Doctor Strange new trailer came out. I actually haven't seen it. No,
oh, really?
You have, right? Yeah. So what do you think?
I'm excited for this movie. It looks like a more complex type of movie. Like you could just, from what you have seen, it looks very like complex, and the movie kind of looks a little like mind bending, and like I think he's gonna be fantastic as Doctor Strange, and like that's probably our next upcoming like superhero movie.
I actually chose not to watch the trailer because I really feel like we've seen enough already. Like I'm already excited for this movie, and I never thought I would be excited for a Doctor Strange movie. So they've already done their job. Like I don't need to see any more of the movie. I kind of just want to go in with like a fresh head. You know, a lot of these Marvel movies are over advertised.
You think so?
I think
really?
so. Especially what comes to mind is Age of Ultron. I feel like we saw every single scene in that movie before I went into it.
Well, like the first Avengers was such a big hit that they kind of wanted to advertise for the second one.
Yeah, they went hard with it.
That's pretty much what they did. And I don't know, I haven't been seeing too much advertising of Doctor Strange. It's coming out November. So, like, that's not far away. That's 2 months away.
Sure, I mean, you'll be seeing the TV spots soon, I'm sure. But,
oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Well,
but it's coming out. I think it's coming out November 4th, so you could go vote and then go
I'll
see
tell
the
you
movie.
what I'm even more excited for than Spider-Man Homecoming and Doctor Strange, and that is the Marvel Netflix TV shows.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the trailer for Luke Cage.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. Like they're almost going with like a 70s like Harlem vibe. I'd love it. And then we got Punisher somewhere down the line. You know, we got Iron Fist coming, and Daredevil season 3. They threw a little teaser out, which it was like I don't know if you saw that, but it was just like a subway, the New York City subway sign with the 1, 2, 3 train, and then you just see some blood splatter on the 3. I was like, "Fuck yeah, that's so cool!" Even though it didn't show anything. And then Jessica Jones season 2, whatever.
And then Defenders.
Yeah, which I can't imagine that being bad. I think the same people that make Daredevil are going to be making the Defenders. So, yeah, I'm pumped for all that. I mean, I'm going to be glued to Netflix throughout the next couple of years watching those things.
Luke Cage is coming out this month, September. I think like September 17th or something like that.
I'll be on it. I'm really excited.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to binge the hell out of that.
It looks so good. Like, I feel like Luke Cage is such a hard character to adapt because he's got those, like, Black Soul roots from, like, the 70s Marvel comics where he's got, like, the afro and whatever. And it's very, like, cheesy now. But I feel like that trailer somehow embodied it without being cheesy. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, I think they're going to... I mean, they've been doing that, like, with a lot of things. Even, like, Daredevil is the one thing. But, like, I feel like they've been doing such a good job. And they're going to do a great job with Luke Cage. Iron Fist is coming out soon also.
I mean, you talk about Marvel not being, like, gritty and mature enough, but I guess they do it in their Netflix shows. I wish they'd have some movies like that, though.
Yeah, definitely.
God, you can't even mix... Like, at this point, you can't even mix Daredevil with... Or the Daredevil or the Punisher with, like, the regular happy Thor and happy Captain America and whatever.
Because they can't... Because what, Netflix shows don't get ratings. So they can just do whatever they want and not even worry about it.
Yeah.
Which is why it's awesome. Like, the Netflix, they can just do whatever, and, like, it's not that big a deal, so it's...
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they really... They took it... I remember you saying that, like, Netflix, I don't think it's rated R, or Daredevil, like, I don't think it's rated R, and then I watched it, and I was like, man, you must have been, like, smoking crack while you were watching this, because they're, like, chopping off heads and squirting blood everywhere. But...
I guess I have, like, a different feel of what's R and what's PG-13. That's just not even real.
Yeah. I mean, what is R, right? How do they make that call? Because...
It's just more cursing, more blood.
I think it's more the cursing than the blood, to be honest. People are
sexual content.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, speaking of...
I don't, like...
Well, no, go ahead.
Go.
No?
I think, like, though, like, if... It's all... I think it has to do with the blood, though, because, like, you could have shows that are PG-13 that chop people's heads off, but just how much blood are you putting in it? Like, you could just have his head get chopped off and then no blood, and then it's not a big deal. Compared to, like, just blood everywhere.
Well, Daredevil definitely has a lot of blood. Jessica Jones has some, too.
I'm sure Luke Cage will, too. And a lot of sex in Jessica Jones.
A lot of sex in Jessica Jones. So, anyway, speaking of Netflix, though, I got two other shows that I'm really into right now on Netflix. One is Stranger Things, which I know is the big thing. I'm only 4 episodes in, so we can't get too spoilerific with it. But you've seen the whole series, right? The whole season.
Yeah, I've seen the whole thing.
They just announced season 2, which is awesome.
Right.
I'm pretty excited. I'm loving it so far. I think it's really well made. And I can't believe that they have, like, little kids as actors, and I actually am not annoyed. They're really good.
They're really good actors.
How do they find these kids? Are they?
I don't know. Like, and they're perfect for the roles.
Are they puppets that adults are puppeteering? Like, what is going on?
These kids are, like, perfect for their roles too. Like they look the part, like they act the part, like everything they say and do is just like great.
I don't know how season 1 ends, but I'm worried about this show because those kids are going to grow up fast. It's going to be like Carl Grimes again, you know?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully they record. I mean, they do the show very quickly. I mean, it's already approved for season 2. I'm sure they're writing it right now and, like, everything. And they'll probably record this winter for it.
And I love that it's got... It's like a total 80s throwback show. Like, even, like, its opening titles is, like, really 80s.
Because, like, you would just be like... If it was present day, like, there's just... I think if you do a show on present day, it's just too much, like... There's people everywhere, like, too much technology. Like, use your cell phone.
But it's also, like... It's... Like, in the 80s, sci-fi was really big. You know? And they don't really do stuff like that as much anymore. So it just fits. I don't know. Something about it. It just seems great. I love it.
I mean, it's like taking the country by storm. It's like Like, it's like another one of those shows, Netflix shows that's a big hit. Like, Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
And Daredevil. Like, it's just a big hit, and people are really
making
into
a murderer.
Oh, Making a Murderer, definitely. It's like it's like in that category.
Yeah.
So you gotta power through those 4 episodes, and we gotta discuss it.
So also, that's out. I think it either just came out like today or yesterday or a couple days ago. But Narcos season 2. I don't know if you saw season 1 on Netflix.
No,
It's
I
awesome.
actually just saw that on my Netflix.
It's a super good show. I watched all of season 1. Highly recommend it. I was really into it. And I just watched the first episode of season 2 this morning. It hasn't lowered in quality at all. It's really good, and it's like informative too, because it's crazy. It's all about Pablo Escobar, if you don't know, and it's a true story about the DEA agents that try to take him down, and it's just fucking nuts, man. Like we're a little too young to have like lived through those times, I guess, but like, man, Pablo Escobar was a crazy dude, really crazy. Like, it's nuts. I can't even believe it. Like, some of the stuff that happens, it's like, holy shit.
I haven't even seen the show, like, at all. Like, I barely even know about it. Like why? What is it in the show?
So,
like, that I need to, like, it's just, like, a true story? Or is
it's a drama.
Is it, like, acting?
No, it's a dramatization of a true story. So, like, all the characters in it were real people, and it's just reenacting those things, like, as a show. And it's just really, really good. I don't know. I really like it. There's a lot of violence and it's just cool. It's just so cool. I don't know. It's just like, holy shit, like, this happened? Like, the whole time I'm just like, this really happened? Like, the guy had so much money, he's like, didn't know what to do with it. He's like burying it in the jungle in random places all over the country because he's like, I just have billions and billions of dollars, and I'm 28 years old. It's just nuts, and he's got the whole country like in a vice grip.
Yeah. All right, I gotta watch this show then.
You definitely should.
Not.
It's I think 10 episodes a season. You're not gonna like it though. There's a lot of Spanish talking. You got to read those subtitles.
Holy shit!
The whole show is like subtitles, pretty much.
I'm missing out. I gotta speak Spanish. I gotta get Rosetta Stone.
I know, right? We gotta get on that. All of our shows are in Spanish now.
All right, I'll watch the show.
No,
I'm definitely. You kind of convinced me.
Anyone
I'm
out there
put
listening, really give it a chance. It's an interesting show, and you learn a lot from it too. And
I'll watch it, and then we'll talk about Stranger Things and Narcos.
Yeah, I think that's smart. We could do a Narcos season 1 discussion.
Oh shit!
So let's talk about a little bit of some Star Wars news. It's my favorite all the time. So Rogue One is obviously on its way out. The trailers have been fucking awesome for them. I mean, really, I really like those trailers.
Right.
And I did a little video about it too. But basically, voicing my biggest concern is that, like, this is great. This is probably what I've always wanted my whole life, but now that it's happening, it's kind of like a little worrisome because Star Wars is like a special thing, you know? It's like 3 movies in the 70s and 80s, and then 3 more movies in the 90s, and now we're getting the new trilogy, but we're also getting all these spin-offs, and it's like, is it going to be too much? Is it going to, like, ruin it? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I don't know.
No? I don't think so. I mean, it's like, I could see people only seeing, like, episode 7, episode 8, episode 9, but, like, you know, like, they can't pump out those movies fast enough, and you're going to have that audience for, like, those spin-offs, and people are going to want more. It's like they're doing, like, a TV show of spin-offs, but making them movies.
I know, but just because... it's like supply and demand, right? Like, you give such a little bit of amount of Star Wars to people, and they just want it so bad. That's why it's like such a big event when a Star Wars movie comes out. But when they're just pumping them out like once a year, maybe even twice a year coming up, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's like it's just changing it. It's changing the whole feeling.
One, it's Disney, and they haven't fucked up at all. Like, they've been doing great with Marvel and everything. But, like, like if Rogue One doesn't do well, like they could easily just pull the plug on it on like other ones and just do Episode 8.
I think,
and then like
yeah, but I think Rogue One's going to do well without a doubt.
So then, what's the problem?
Okay,
though, if it's so good,
I brought
like,
this up
why not?
because of this reason. Because it ruins like the feeling, like the big event feeling of a Star Wars movie, but also it ruins the way. So let's say like I have children someday, maybe, and they go off and the first movie they ever see is Star Wars Rogue One. I don't know what's going to happen in that movie, but I'm sure it's going to affect the way you view the other Star Wars movies. So it's like you're not seeing them the way they were meant to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of like messes with the, like, I don't know, it just messes with everything. The example I brought up is if like younger kids that saw the prequels before they saw the original trilogy, it's like they already know that Anakin is Luke's father. Plus they...
Right, it's not that big a deal.
Plus they see that Anakin was like a little like whiny bitch. So it's like, how do you ever think of Darth Vader as intimidating if you're like, oh, I know what's inside that mask. It's like a little, like, pretty boy kid that whines about everything and cries all the time. And I already know he's Luke's father. So it just kind of ruins, like, everything.
I get it. Like, kind of like, I mean, if you're ever going to watch Star Wars, you watch, like, 4, 5, 6, obviously, first.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
you'd have to, but you can't guarantee that people are going to do that.
Right. I mean, I get it's like the whole anticipation and like the mystery, but that's gonna, like, what are you supposed to do? Just leave everything to mystery? You gotta like bring it up. You gotta like say what's gonna happen.
God,
you gotta like have a closing story.
Well, like, okay, so now they're making the Han Solo movie, right? That's gonna be Han Solo as like a young guy.
Right.
But isn't it cool to just know Han Solo as, like, he's a badass? You don't need to know, like, what he was like growing up. You know what I mean? It's just like, now if you see the new Han Solo movie, it's going to make you think differently of him. It just kind of messes with your...
Yeah, but it is what it is, but, like, either you want... Like, do you want more Han Solo?
Of course I do. Everyone does.
So then
that's the...
Don't think about your unborn children. You know what I mean?
But I'm thinking about myself, too. Like, maybe after I see this Han Solo movie, I'll never be able to look at Han Solo the same again. It's going to just totally warp my perception of him forever going forth. That's like a scary thing. Han Solo's been a big part of my life.
I get what you're saying. Like, Harrison Ford is Han Solo, and, like, that's it. Like, nothing else. Like,
no, it's not. It's not just about. It's not just about Harrison Ford, though. It's about, like, the first time you see Han Solo, he's, like, hanging out in the bar. He just shoots, like, a random guy. He's, like, a fucking badass. Like, you don't know what he's been through. But maybe in this new movie, I'm going to see, oh, he's, like, a super sensitive guy that, like, did this and did that.
Don't
like,
you think, though, that what if this movie enhances your thought of Han Solo?
Well, I hope it does.
Like, what if you just what if you just get in Han Solo even that much more?
It could go either way, is all I'm saying.
I think you're thinking about it too much, and I think they're not going to make the movie if it's not going to be any good. Like, Disney's not going to drop the ball on it.
Yeah.
They're going to make it They're going to make it amazing. I think Rogue One's going to be fantastic.
I think they're going to be great movies.
Go crazy over it.
I think they're going to be great movies. I'm just saying, like, down the road, is it going to affect the brand of Star Wars? It's a delicate thing. It's a delicate thing.
If you keep making movies, yeah, the brand's going to change no matter what. You can't stop that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the brand's going to be changed. Maybe some people are going to agree that it's worse. Some say it's going to be better.
A good example is the Terminator movies. Like, the first two are so good, and then they keep making more, and it's like, damn it, stop it. I guess it doesn't affect the first two, but it doesn't.
I still love the first two. I still watch them constantly if they're on.
All right, so there's also a rumor going around that Yoda is going to appear in Episode 8 as a ghost. It's a little Force ghost.
Oh yeah, like a Jedi.
Yeah, like they did
spirit
with
guide.
Yeah, like they did with Obi-Wan in the originals. So this rumor is actually coming from Reddit. So it's not really that reliable.
So that's that's if it's on Reddit, it's true.
Yeah, well, I think it's actually really plausible, though. I mean, Luke wasn't in the last movie really until the end, but he's gonna probably be in this entire movie, right? As far as we know. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, why wouldn't Luke be talking to Yoda?
Yeah,
Ghost Yoda,
or even Rey. Why wouldn't Rey talk to Yoda?
Yeah, well, he's right. I mean, like, as much as Luke's like a master Jedi or whatever, he's not. He really was barely even trained. He was like trained by Yoda for like a day.
Right.
So I mean, how good can he be?
And he didn't finish his training.
I know.
Luke. So I mean, I could see I could see him being in it. Like it's probably going to be like a Joker situation. Like Yoda wasn't in it as much as I wanted him to be in it.
No, like at least like, it's not like we haven't seen any trailers, but we'll see. I'm actually pretty excited to see a trailer for that.
Oh yeah, like that's coming out. Like it's in the spring probably it'll come out.
You know what? I brought this up once before a long time ago, but it's like episode 8 is really, really cool because we know nothing about it. We think we know about it because we're like, oh, like Luke's gonna train Rey and Kylo Ren's in it and whatever, but it's like, what do we know? We know nothing about the plot.
Like, who is the supreme leader and
we just
all
have
that jazz.
Like, if you tried to tell me right now what you think's gonna happen in the new movie, you won't get very far.
Right.
Like, you have no idea. Like, what's Finn gonna be doing? No idea. What's Poe Dameron gonna be doing?
Star Wars keeps it very hush-hush when you really think about it.
Yeah. It's, like, actually pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well, they have, like, the scripts encrypted.
Yeah.
So that they can see who, like, I think people respect it enough to not to spoil it. You know what I mean?
I think it has more to do with the lockdown because people are shitty, man.
No, it's good. Like, but that's good though. That's a whole Star Wars thing. The anticipation of what it is.
Yeah, I just there's something really cool about going into a movie totally clueless, and also like even going into the trailer totally clueless. Like when we first see that trailer, it's gonna tell us a lot, but I just don't even know what I'm gonna see. Like, because you don't even know what type of planets they're gonna be on.
Right.
We could just, I don't know, it's crazy.
They could make up a planet.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm sure we'll see new planets. Who knows?
It's exciting, and to have Yoda back. Everyone loves Yoda, so to have him back will be exciting, and to see like what he'll say, and everyone will they'll talk backwards like for weeks. Everyone's gonna talk backwards, so just get ready for that.
You think they're gonna have a puppet Yoda or a CGI Yoda?
Oh, CGI.
You think so? They did a lot of puppets in the last movie.
What do you mean the last one? The
episode 7.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Like, if he's a ghost? Like, can you? I don't know.
Yeah, they'll be able to do whatever they want to do.
They'll probably make a puppet then. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Whatever looks better.
Yeah. God, I think we need to talk about this one thing. So, I don't know if you heard about this, but Mel Gibson has confirmed that he's making a Passion of the Christ sequel.
So,
I didn't even know that was like a franchise. It just sounds like crazy to me.
What can it even be about? Like, you know?
I don't know. I've seen the Passion of the Christ, and it ends with Jesus being crucified, right?
Yeah, I mean, have you read the book?
The book? No.
You know the book?
No.
Like the #1 selling book ever?
Nope.
The Bible?
Oh, the Bible? That one?
No, I don't know. He's gonna just make stories, or he's gonna do maybe it's a prequel.
I don't know. I mean, the scoop says it's a sequel.
But a sequel could still be a prequel, no?
I guess so, kind of loosely. I mean, I don't know. I just thought that was so strange and so out of the blue that I need to bring it up.
No, yeah, I don't know, it's a mystery, and this Mel Gibson's gonna be a crazy person making it, so we'll see.
Well,
I don't know.
Have you seen The Passion of the Christ?
Yeah,
It's so bloody and so like the movie is just so like people refer to it as like torture porn. I actually kind of like enjoyed it, but I can't even imagine like what like it just seems like a one-off movie. It's like it's literally the Passion of Christ. It's not like
right.
you throw a sequel onto it.
Didn't The Passion come out like 10 years ago?
Yeah, so long ago too.
So I mean, like I don't know the stories very well or what they're gonna like what he's gonna make, but like is it gonna be very religious type of movie?
Well, yeah,
like, you know
what happens next? I mean, Jesus resurrects. So what is like? I don't know. It's crazy, but to me, it sounds like someone needs a paycheck.
Yeah. Oh, that movie's gonna be a hit no matter what.
No
just
matter
because
what.
like everyone's just gonna go see it just because it's the story of Jesus.
Yeah.
Or maybe Jesus not even in it. It's a story of like all the other like disciples and other things like following his words.
That's like, what do you call it? It's like the Passion of Christ 2, like
2
Revenge of the Christ.
That's so bad.
You know, it's like how do you make a sequel to that? I don't know.
The Return. The Return. Just too many things going on in my head. We shouldn't say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, it's gonna make money no matter what. Just because it's a story. It'll be a story from the Bible or something, like a whatever prequel, and people are gonna flock to it on a Sunday.
All right, well, that's it for our show. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. This has been Chris and George from Barely Sober News and Reviews.
Yeah.
Follow our YouTube page, Barely Sober Studios, where you can check out our other news and review segments, our Walking Dead Walker Talk reviews, Game of Thrones content, and more. Also check out our Instagram at Barely Sober News and our Twitter and Facebook, which I'll link below in the description. Yeah. See you later, right, George? What's your line? What's your finishing line?
Finish your drinks and go to bed.
That's right. Happy Labor Day weekend.